Star Wars is a dead franchise. Okay, don't get it twisted. When I was doing the coverage of Andor, and it's been a minute, and yeah, I still actually have to get around to watching it, and I very much intend to. It's just not exactly high on my priority list, and mostly because, well, I'm never going to sign up for Disney Plus in my life. There's a few obstacles that are getting in the way of, properly consuming what is widely regarded as the best offering Disney has ever provided to the franchise of Star Wars. But even still, okay, with that little bit of a heartbeat, with it tracking very, very, very well on Nielsen ratings, Star Wars is still dead. Like, who's actually going to be excited for Mandalorian and Grogu when that comes into theaters? Okay, this upcoming May, it is going to be wild to see how few people actually turn out to watch that. Get excited to see a Star Wars film make like $300 to $400 million at the box office. It's going to be absolutely atrocious, and to see the spin on that, it's going to be amazing. But I digress. We'll get to that at a later date, because we're talking about how Star Wars has been living over the past 7 years at this point. That is wild to think about. The last film to come out was Rise of Palpatine in 2019, and yeah, it's gonna stay that way until a discount Boba Fett and a little green fucker comes along and yeah, ruins whatever remains of the legacy of Star Wars. But yes, the OG himself, Tamora Morrison, Boba Fett himself, the crime lord who grew up surrounded by water, is out here asking, where's my season 2? Well, to be completely honest, man, you're not going to get a season 2 because the Book of Boba Fett, if not for the Acolyte, if not for Obi-Wan, if not for Mandalorian Season 3, if not for Ahsoka Season 1, and very likely Season 2, the Book of Boba Fett would be widely regarded as the worst piece of Star Wars content. So I guess due to the simple virtue that you released before a lot of the other crap, you're not quite as derided as you deserve to be. But yeah, I could still imagine, like, it's very likely that Boba Fett will return, and also, mechanical stomach Fennec Shen in the back. Yeah, she'll also be back for very likely, Dave Filoni's wrap-up movie or Ahsoka Season 2, because that guy's so devoid of just original idea that, yeah, how many more keys can we jangle so that, oh yeah, we can have Vader come back, and oh my god, we could have Anakin talk to Boba Fett, and it'll be so cool because the world between worlds is so great, because then we could have Ahsoka come back, and then there could be young Ahsoka there as well, and then we could have, oh my god, we could have Vader, and then we could have like Anakin there as well, and then they could both take out their lightsabers, and one will be blue and one will be red, so we can go, it's red, and then he Vadered, and oh my god, I remember all the things. Star Wars is in such a healthy place, mostly because it is being shepherded by idiots. So yes, at one point in time, I wouldn't have thought that the Book of Boba Fett, rather, would have been taken off the table. But now, as we're hearing that, thanks to Tony Gilroy coming out and just flatly stating it, Disney Plus is broke. Okay, there's no money in streaming. Disney is very much reassessing their production budgets. So yeah, now kind of thinking that the continuation of the story of Dave Filoni's personal body pillow is likely the only thing that we're going to be getting, and likely the only way that we see a Boba Fett once again, which sucks because I like Tamora Morrison. I like Boba Fett, but honestly, if we're assessing this by just sheer quality and merit, yeah, we don't really need a season 2 of the Book of Boba Fett. But yes, Tamora Morrison finally breaks silence on the Book of Boba Fett's future. Okay, so it's been over 3 years. Really? Holy crap. The Book of Boba Fett concluded with a controversial season finale. No. Everybody liked the season finale because Mando and Boba Fett, they teamed up and took on two big stupid robots, destroying the main street of Tatooine. And then Boba Fett, instead of flying back to Jabba's palace to get Slave One, he decided to ride a Rancor. That Mandalorian, they're just so interchangeable and stupid. Mandalorian had to subdue by getting his helmet bit by the Rancor and putting his flamethrower in his mouth. God, that shit was so dumb. That was really bad. I recently, within the past couple of weeks, rewatched a EFAP's commentary stream on it, their 8-hour coverage of the show, and wow, that was a slog. Like the first 5 episodes, because episode 6 and 7, or was it 7 episodes? But yeah, 2 of the episodes was Mandalorian season 1. Okay, and then yeah, the first 4 episodes could be widely summed up as, oh yeah, Boba Fett wanders through Tatooine, gets accosted by 2 Hutts, gets beat up by a black Wookiee, and spends the rest of his time doing flashbacks about indigenous Tusken Raider rights. It was so wild and so dumb. But no. When the season finale came out, like, it was beloved. It wasn't until, like, this is a point in time, right? Like, cast your mind back to 2022 when everybody thought, oh my God, like, this is so peak. Marvel is peak. We're so back. This is fire. All this type of shit. And it took a couple of weeks up to a month until people properly processed all the sludge that was coming out and went, ooh, that wasn't very good. This was still very much in that zeitgeist, okay? But yes, the character hasn't been seen since, which, yeah, for all of the key jangling that was in Mandalorian Season 2, you would have thought, like, the easy layup would be, oh, Mando needs help on a mission, here's Boba Fett in Season 3, but no, he wasn't there, and the only cameos that you got, and the reason that people didn't like Season 3 as much as they like Season 2 is because instead of Ahsoka and Boba Fett and Luke Skywalker, you got Jack Black and Lizzo as your key jangles. Oh yeah, and Christopher Lloyd was in that episode where, yeah, you could have done something interesting by exploring the thought process of the Separatists, but no, we don't want to do politics because politics was in the prequels, and the prequels are boring, unless, of course, we need to, bring back Anakin and Obi-Wan and go, hey guys, you remember the prequels? It's so great. God, I love Lucasfilm. Yes, a few would push back against the claim that the Book of Boba Fett wasn't without its issues, but none of these are the fault of Morrison. Yeah, no, he did fine. Had some stupid shit to say, but he was very much in character. In so much as the dialogue didn't tear down the mystique of Boba Fett, but he was good. He was good. Okay. Yes, who portrayed the character the same heart that he's been doing for years. Collider's Maggie, love it. Recently caught up with Morrison to chat about his new movie, In the Fire of War, and she mentioned how sad she was that you haven't seen him in Star Wars since the series went off the air. Well, you heard him. He was Rex in Season 1 of Ahsoka. Hello. He went, come on, let's go. And everybody went, it's Rex. I'm sad too. Where's the Book of Boba Fett Season 2? Where the hell is Season 2? I know they're doing Ahsoka Season 2. I'm going, where's my Season 2? Wow, Molly or Maggie sounds very, very hinged. Even pitched for Boba to potentially appear in Ahsoka Season 2 by saying, I'm trying to ring them up, but can I be Rex? Can I take this helmet off, please? That's the upside of being who all the clones are based on. You can play more than one character. Yeah, Morrison also claimed that he ran into Filoni and Favreau at Star Wars Celebration, and that they all shared a warm embrace. Yes, Dave and John, I actually ran into them at Celebration. We were all surrounded by sycophants. Who know what it's like when you see these guys, that they got a look in their face, and there's so much going on. And I go, hey, remember Boba Fett? And we had a big hug. And at the end of the day, I said, look, I'm not sure I'm not sure what's going on with you guys, but anyways, I had a great time. Thank you so much. It's like, yeah, I'd like an easy payday. Can you give me one of them paychecks? However, that wasn't the end of the conversation. Morrison teased that there might be more in store for Boba Fett in the future. Yeah, I'd imagine he's probably going to be in Filoni's big Mandalorian, same thing, is just all fucking baloney anyways, but no, big Filoni's wrap-up Mandoverse movie, which is coming after, obviously it's coming after Mandalorian and Grogu, and because it hasn't entered production yet, mostly because I think we're still putting the finishing touches on Ahsoka Season 2, like how in-depth can that be? A couple of months ago, Rosario Dawson, tweeted out a picture of like herself in costume wearing sneakers on the set of Ahsoka Season 2. It's like, it's going to be 8 episodes, and like 6 of those would be superfluous to the story that you're ultimately trying to tell. So yeah, there's just a bunch of fluff. It shouldn't take you that long. Like, principal photography for Mandalorian and Grogu only lasted 60 days or some shit like that. Like, it was a quick turnaround, and I fully anticipate Ahsoka Season 2 getting announced for the tail end of this year, because as it sits right now, no Star Wars content coming out this year. There might be a couple of cringe animated shows, but the shit that people might watch critically, hilariously, ironically, like there's nothing on the slate until Mandalorian and Grogu. So yeah, could we see Boba in that? Who knows? Could we see anything after Mandalorian and Grogu in the theaters? Well, you're apparently getting Sean Levy and Ryan Gosling's stupid Starfighter show, or I'm sorry, movie rather. That's supposed to come out, and that's going to be the 50th anniversary movie for Star Wars. Fantastic stuff. Good planning there, Lucasfilm. You guys are just really knocking it out the park. But hasn't there been, this is kind of a loaded question. Hasn't there been other announced Star Wars projects in the works for a while? Like, we'd be here all evening if we were to just simply list off everything that has been announced. But the one thing Okay, not even going back to this most recent celebration because it was very noticeable in its lack of acknowledgement. But back in London in 2023, they brought somebody up on stage. Well, actually, they brought a couple of people up on stage. Kathleen Kennedy herself was up there saying that, hey, there's a couple of characters that are very intrinsic, very integral to the future of Star Wars, okay? And that vision is going to be brought forward by Sharmeen Obaid Chinoy, noted feminist documentarian, okay? And she is going to be telling the story of Rey Skywalker, and y'all are going to want to see this because guess what, guys? We got a brand new Rey movie, and it was announced at Crickets. Well, it was at Celebration, so yeah, I had a bunch of paid shills in the audience. But as time has moved on, and at New Year's 2024, when Sharmeen Obaid Chinoy went on apparently her own self-financed promotional tour and kicking it off on CNN of all places, which ended up forcing Lucasfilm's hand by saying, oh yeah, instead of doing Mandalorian season 4, we're just going to have a Mandalorian movie. That one's coming out, and we love the Rey movie. We love Sharmeen Obaid Chinoy. We just won't be hearing from her again. And as for the Rey movie, well, it's apparently been delayed again. Oopsie daisy. Star Wars hits another bump, according to Lucasfilm scoopers. Some big shock on that one. Lucasfilm has reportedly put its Rey Skywalker-led Star Wars movie on hold, according to multiple industry insiders. Well, I mean, yeah, at Star Wars Celebration, you announced a bunch of cringe shit like, oh yeah, hey look, Ahsoka season 2 is gonna have all the key jangles. Anakin's coming back. Hayden Christensen's coming back. He'll probably be Vader because he can Vader in this one. Obi-Wan will be there. Oh, there could be a Padme cameo because that's going to be so well received by people at the time. And the moment that they have the ability to put a little bit of thought behind it, they're going to go, wow, I can't believe they wasted such a fantastic opportunity once again by reuniting 3 of the central characters from the prequel trilogy, and you squandered it again. Where have we seen this before? So fantastic how in the movies they thoroughly assassinated the OT, and now they can just run it back for the prequels on Disney Plus for 6 people to watch. How wonderful. But yeah, then you got Maul Shadow Lord. Oh, what a cringe title for that. But yeah, a couple of other animated gimmicks, and yeah, oh yeah, the big focus on movies into the future. Yeah, Sean Levy and Ryan Gosling's, yeah, Starfighters. Yay. That's going to be wonderful because everybody still loves Deadpool and Wolverine, right? Sean Levy's most recent outing for Disney, right? Like that's still widely regarded as a really great film, right? But a stunning lack of Rey happened this April in Japan. Interesting, huh? The film, tentatively titled Star Wars The New Jedi Order, was set to star Daisy Ridley in her return as Rey, rebuilding the Jedi Order 15 years after the rise of Skywalker. It is directed by Academy Award-winning documentarian Sharmeen Obaid Chinoy and has cycled through several writers, including Damon Lindelof, Stephen Knight, and most recently, the banker's George Nolfi. Oh, right, yeah, because he was going to be doing his spin around the script. But yes, according to a report by Entertainment Insider Daniel Richmond. Okay, the film has been placed on hold while Lucasfilm focuses on other projects in development. Among those are Mando and Grogu, yes, tentatively scheduled to release May 22nd, 2026, and Starfighter, yes, which we've talked about for the 27 release. However, not all industry voices agree on the term hold. Journalist Jeff Snyder pushed back on the characterization, stating Lucasfilm doesn't have a finished script yet. Oh wow, it's kind of getting the Batman 2 treatment, huh? Any day now, any day, Matt Reeves is going to be handing over that script to James Gunn, and a Batman Part 2 is definitely going to be happening, guys. Trust me. So it's not on hold. It's actively being written. They're just waiting on it. Right. His comments suggest that the project remains in development limbo rather than outright pause, but confirms that the production is nowhere near starting. Yeah, no, it's not being paused. They're still working on it. Oh, okay, cool. So they're focusing on other projects, right? No. It's not paused. I think we're kind of stuck in an impasse here, my friend. And of course, yeah, it should be noted that Rey was supposed to release in 2025. Not still in the script writing limbo, as one of the Star Wars sycophants channels or I guess, yeah, this would be an account on Twitter back in April 12th of 2023. Lucasfilm are currently hoping to release their Rey film in 2025, followed by Filoni's movie a year later. Yeah, that was at the point where you were supposed to be leading into, Mandalorian season 4, Ahsoka season 2, probably a Book of Boba Fett season 2. All of those cringe live-action films were supposed to be culminating in this big Heir to the Empire ripoff, where you're going to have Filoni's big Mandoverse movie where Ahsoka Ahsoka assumes the mantle as peak Jedi, only to hand it off to Rey a year later because that's exactly what the fans want. And then the fans stopped watching all of your cringe shit, and now you're stuck in limbo not knowing if a Star Wars movie can turn a profit in 2026. You'll love to see it. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.